I made a decision that almost ruined my life. But thanks to Allah, I'm still alive. I joined the street life at 17 years. A very intelligent young girl. In school, very hard working in church, but with nobody to support. The first day I left home, it was the first day I faced the worst nightmare in my life. My former names, Mary Mwende Wambua, now Zulekha Mwende. I was born in Machakos in 1992. Yeah, and I grew up with my parents as any other normal child, although it was challenging kwa sababu nililelewa na stepfather. A stepfather who was always looking for the negative side of me. In very few occasions, he spoke good about me. I was always that active member of church, from Sunday school to youth, even service ya watu wazima. I used to play drum. I was very active. Yeah, and I used to participate in all church activities. We used to worship together as a family. The relationship between me and my brother and sister was good until they grew up and started seeing how do I put it, that bridge between me and their dad. And they started intimidating me and isolating me emotionally. Yeah, it started when I was like almost a year, nimalize primary school. So because of that hatred, the whole society has been looking at me like a hopeless person. And that killed my dream to achieve my goals in education. The relationship with my uncles, my aunties, and my cousins has never been so good because they know little about me. The image that my stepfather painted made everybody not to understand me. None of my family members valued me, and that nobody in the society saw anything good in me. So I lost my self-esteem and I lost focus in education. When I realized that I was going to end up useless and surrounded by false accusations, I decided to run away, to go and look for peace and happiness. It was a rough journey, moving out of home at 17. And even while I was leaving home, nobody looked worried. They all looked like they were celebrating and they had found peace. I made a decision that almost ruined my life. But thanks to Allah, I'm still alive. I joined the street life at 17 years. A very intelligent young girl. In school, very hard working in church, but with nobody to support. The first day I left home, It was the first day I faced the worst nightmare in my life. When I reached in Nairobi, I found things that I never expected. First, the friend that I expected atanitafutia kazi turned out to be something else. The kind of work that she introduced me to was different. I got married for 1 year. Then I got divorced. Okay. It's okay. It wasn't the right time. Allah will provide another one, inshallah. Ilifika wakati mpaka I got myself pregnant and nikazaa, mtoto akachukuliwa. Nilikuwa na depression na nilikuwa traumatized. In fact, nimekuja kujirudia just recently and I'm still in the recovery stage. Yes. It affected me a lot psychologically. Nilikuwa na uchungu sana kwa roho yangu and I had given up with everyone. At home, there was no happiness. The father of my child could not accept me. Mtoto sina. I don't have friends. So I just had to go and find a new family that I knew nothing about. As you well know, like kwanza hapa Nairobi, we have a lot of, tuko na guest house ambazo ni cheap, and most people like staying in town, they rent out these rooms. So me, I started from renting these rooms, nikashindwa kulipa, na nikaamua juu, I used to talk to them hata nikiishi kwa room. Napita naambia, watu wangu habari. Mzuri. So we were friendly. Kutoka kwa nyumba kwenda kwao kwa join, kwao haikuwa kitu strange. They were very happy. Ati utakuwa unaishi na sisi mwende. And we started living together. And they were so nice to me. Street kids ni watu wazuri sana. You just have to know the art of communicating, understanding, na kuwa tolerate. Juu kuna vile pia unaweza enda kwa kubaya wasiku accept hata kukaa chini. I didn't know what will happen in the middle of the night. Juu nimelala kwa takataka, kuna street kids tofauti, kuna wale rude, kuna wale wako cool, na kuna wale wa mental health. But I thank Allah, all of those street kids loved me so much. Hata yule mwenye akili yake imeruka, akiniona alikuwa na smile. Na wakiona mtu kama anataka kunikaribia, kuniattack, they always joined together to protect me. That's why I love them so much. They're my family. Talking about these young kids, kuna cases za defilement, rape, vitu kama hizo. Na watu wengi wanakuwaga ni baba zao watoto, ni watu tu wa heshima. Don't see like all street kids wenye wamezaliwa hapo ni watoto wa like story chokora. Unaweza kuta mtu ako na heshima zake, ameona mtoto msichana wa street, she's beautiful, so to manipulate her, na mdanganya, maybe I'm going to marry you, nitakupatia bright future, only for them to use them. Na wanafukuza wakiwa na watoto ama wakiwa na mimba. Where will this girl go? Definitely mtoto atarudishwa tu kwa street, and that's how we get these kids. Ama mtu ameenda ametupa mtoto, na street kid ameenda ameona mtoto huyu ametupwa, wengine wana roho safi, wanachukuaga utoto na wanakosa kwenda polisi. Utamuona tu amembeba. Ujia alimtoa wapi, but maybe saved that kid. Ni malaika pia wale watu. They save kids also. But mostly ni hao, those that take advantage of our young girls. The time I stayed with them, first ni Kanjo, of course. Kanjo, that's government. Kuna vitu waezi allow. and you cannot stop the law. So sometimes you get kicked out, tunakimbizwa. Because some of them are doing bad things chini ya maji. They still, labda umeshajulikana ni wao. So definitely the cops will get upset, watakuja watatutimua usiku. If one does a bad thing, then all the street kids wanaonekana ni wabaya. So that's the first challenge. The second challenge ni mahoma. Time ya corona, I was in the streets. Time ya corona, I was in the streets. So sisi tulikuwa kwa risk ya kukufa. But thanks to Allah, imagine not even one died. All of us survived corona. Na tulikuwa tunashikagwa na homa. It's when I was doing that tea like almost every day. Lazima niende marikiti, ninunue ndimu, ninunue hizo vitu niwatengeneze. Saumu used to provide at least bundle moja ya unga every Sunday. So tulikuwa tunapika like one big family. And she always visited us. So kukaa kwa street, it was bad for my image, but it was an awesome experience. Challenge ingine ni the violence. When they start fighting, ukiona street kid amekasirika na ameamua ni vita yao inakuwa uncontrollable. So you who has that soft heart, inakuumiza psychologically and emotionally. You are scared. What if uingilie alafu udungwe kisu ama upigwe? Okay. Other challenge ni incitement from the negative side. You know, in a group of people lazima kukuwe na mmoja ama wawili. Labda huyu anaona ukipika vile ni kama unatafuta sifa. So definitely they will go discuss ati huyu mnamuona wale wakikuja hapa wakileta chakula na achiwa pesa mingi anatukulia. They didn't understand the meaning of charity. So when they incite each other, you can die. Imagine wamejua wote you have money and you have nothing and they come to you to pay pesa zetu. What will you say? So you kuwa brave has always saved me. I always stand out and tell them point blank. Sina pesa, chakula ndo mnaletewa, nguo ndo mnaletewa, because I don't ask for money. I only ask for basic needs. And the people bring all these things na wanapeana nikiwa. On rare occasions, I receive money for charity. So it's challenging when them wanakuwa advised kwamba huyu anapewa pesa na kula. It's challenging kuoga 10 bob. Most of the times na save at least hata kama ni 100 bob juu ya wasichana. Na wapeleka kwa hizi bafu za kanjo. Wanaingia at least wanajimwagia nini? Maji. They feel better. Na kufua nguo zao pia ni challenging. Ndio maana unaona hata tukifanya donations, unaweza mpatia nguo nzuri, but after 1 week yongo kiangalia ni kama sio ile. It's because they lack these things. Bafu, choo, saa zingine wanakosa. Yeah, it's business. Ni biashara kama biashara zingine, although I wouldn't like to, siwezi nikaingilia sana mtu na biashara yake. But these kids know where they buy. And it's sad. Juu wengine wanakuwa addicted mpaka wanafanywa wauze. Ndio at least apate kidogo ya kushinda amevuta. Young boys. So challenging. I've been encouraging them to stop. At least wawili wameweza kuacha kutumia msi. Wanaitaga msi. Na hawajapata side effects. They're still strong. Na wakwenda rehab. They made a decision. I don't know how they did it, but wananiambiaga, mwende, mimi niliacha mic, yeah. Congratulations. Au kwenda rehab, but you're doing good. So, unataka nini? Talent. Kuna wengine wakiacha wanakufa. Kuacha tu. anakufa. It's hard to convince a street kid kuacha msi. Na ukimwachisha cha lazima, that kid can lose his or her life. You cannot stay in the street na hakuna drug hata moja unatumia. It's very rare kukuta mtu wako kwa street, eti mtu havuti sigara, havuti bangi, akunywe pombe, yani hatumii miadarati, wasikudanganya. Ndio maana wanaelewanagwa, eti kuna vitu wanatumia zinaendana ya. Mimi nilikuwa mlevi, mimi nilikuwa kalewa. Ita yote wananijua. Wananijuaga. Hakuna mtu alikuwa anajulikana na jina ya ulevi kama mimi in Nairobi. And then I used to drink anytime. Hata mchana unaweza niona huyo ampita ametembea na chupa yake. Na nakunywa mpaka usiku saa 9. I go around the whole, natembea town kwa chum, siogopi. I'm just drinking. I drink alcohol. Nikakuja nikaingia bangi, nikavuta bangi sana. Bangi nivuta. Smoking cigarettes. And I also did drugs. The cocaine. I did. Kwanza hiyo ndio ilikuwa kidogo hivi. Tupisha mbao. But I thank Allah. Ile chum ya Tulaga. Mimi nilikuwa nalala pale. Even now you go around town, najulikana sana na street kids. Because they know me as one of them. As one of them who fights for them now. And I've always fought for them, even the time I was staying with them. Nairobi is a metropolitan city. That time that I was in the streets, I met different kinds of people. Nikutana na Tanzania, Cameroon, Nigerians, a lot of different people from different African countries. So I used to steal information from them about uko kwao kukoaje, and I was willing to go and see for myself. So that's how I left Kenya and I went to Tanzania using a truck. You see, the Kitengela, hapo mbele there is another small Isinya. So at Isinya there are a lot of trucks. I went there and I talked to one of the truck drivers. Please, I want to go to Tanzania. I want to go and see my auntie. She stays there. So the man took me all the way. And I found myself in Dar es Salaam. And life started there in Dar es Salaam. Most of the trucks tafutwi sana watu ndani because they have things that are taken to the other country. So at the border, akunaga search sana ya matrucks. So they used to hide me huku juu, somewhere where you can't even see me. Like immigration akichungulia naona dereva peke yake, but mimi niko huko juu. Nimelala. Yeah. So we managed to enter Dar es Salaam. The truck driver left me there. I continued doing what my friend taught me until I decided to go to the next country now, Zambia. You know, my problem was not to know people. I knew what I was going there to do. So the first thing to know is like where is the best club in town, the best restaurants, and I look for a guest house that I can afford at least 500 every day. So nikitoka kwa guest room nikienda kwa club, definitely I'll meet what I want. That's how I survived there until I decided again to leave and go somewhere else. Yes, sometimes it was difficult, especially when niko broke, like I can't pay for where I sleep and have nothing to eat, and maybe ubaguzi kutoka kwa watu because they used to think I'm a proud person. Juu naongea Kizungu, you know them, they don't speak English. So me speaking English to them was a threat. Huyu anaongea Kizungu, unaongea Kizungu kwa nani huko? They used to like, walikuwa naboeka na mimi saa zingine. So I left. To Zambia, of course. But I didn't enter Zambia with a truck. That's a good thing. I went with my feet. Nilitembea hapo. Nikajikuta already in. Because getting a truck from this Dar es Salaam to Mbeya, the truck left me there at Mbeya. I looked for means to get to Tunduma now, the border between Zambia and Tanzania. And it's a very busy border. Hizo border zao, it's easy for people to sneak in Zambia from Tanzanian side. And I managed to go in. But for me to manage, ilichukua like 2 weeks. Because I pretended to be one of the people. You know, Africans will look the same. So nikijifunga leso and I cross the other side, labda I have bananas on my head, people will think, huyu ni mwenzetu, anauza ndizi, but they don't know my plan. That's how I managed now to enter Zambia. How can I go to Zambia? I don't have money, I don't have documents, and I don't have a job that is taking me to Zambia. Nitaendaje? It was a dream. It was a dream. You know, Zambia almost killed me because the alcohol in Zambia is a lot and it's very cheap. You see, the way us here in Kenya, sorry, but it's something everybody knows. Like, ukikutwa kwa mashida, you give police maybe 100 ama 200 ama 500 to set you free. There you give your police officer a bottle of beer. He'll forgive you all your mistakes because those people love alcohol. Na wanapea mpaka watoto wadogo. To them, alcohol is like water. So Zambia delayed me a lot because of alcohol. And I became alcoholic. Kidogo, I forgot my focus to go to the other country. But fortunately, I managed to escape Zambia again and go to Namibia. No, I crossed the border. I stayed at the border side for 4 months. Then from the border side, I crossed nikaenda capital, Lusaka. Lusaka was nice. Lusaka was nice. I stayed in Lusaka. I stayed in Ndola. I went to Kitwe and I went to Livingstone. Now Livingstone, ndio nikajua kumbe border hata iko karibu because Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia ziko tu hapo. Like the borders, it's not a hard thing kwenda Zimbabwe ukiwa Livingstone, ama kwenda Botswana, ama kwenda Namibia. In these 3 countries, hunger sometimes, because you can't make money every day. I was living from hand to mouth. So sometimes I could be very hungry. Ama I get sick. There was a time I got very sick and no one was there to take me to the hospital. So I stayed just like that. Nakosa mali, I just go to the bar, sit there, I'm sick. I don't have anything to eat until they close. I asked them to allow me sleep on the tables. It was challenging. Then again, I was risking my health because, you know, interacting with different people also, it's a risk. But Allah is good, I'm okay. The other challenge is men taking advantage of me sometimes. It used to make me feel so emotional because they never knew where I come from and things that I've gone through. I was only doing that, thinking that I'll live a better life. It was sad. I don't wish anyone to go through that journey. Yeah. The jail, I went to prison first in Namibia. As soon as I crossed Zambia to Namibia, Namibia was very good. Yani uko unaingia unaona ni kama uko Ulaya because the bigger part of the population is white people. And there's a lot of freedom. and it's dangerous. Namibia is the land of the brave. So I got into Namibia and I didn't have a place to stay. So one man called Nafidi, is an artist now, plays guitar and drum. Nafidi Wahengos, they took me to Katutura, the biggest ghetto. That ghetto is dangerous, hata Kibera itoshi. Yeah, they took me there, and I didn't know that Nafidi was abusing drugs. And he was also, ikifika usiku, him is a thug, ataenda na panga, katakata watu, pata pesa. So I used to get scared sometimes, anakuja, and this blood kwa nguo zake, like what's happening? He used to hide me. Until one day, one lady came and asked me, you unakaa msichana very innocent, why Nafidi? Nafidi is killing our people. Nafidi is not a good person. And I told her he's only my friend, and I stay with him because he's an artist. Mi upenda sana people that I sit with, they're talking about talent, tangu zamani. So I ran away from Nafidi. There's this Samuel Kapepo, may Allah bless him. He's a humanitarian also. He's the one who introduced me to the feeding program. Tukua naenda kwake on Sundays. We prepare soup and bread for the street. We give them. Yeah, and I learned the art of giving through Samuel. From there, I didn't have a place and I couldn't stay with Samuel because his house was small. I decided to go to Wavish Bay. Wavish Bay is very nice. That is where the trucks now go. Wanaenda kuchukua salt. There's a lot of salt and fish to Congo. There, it's where I got introduced to drugs. The first time I used drugs, it was in Namibia. And the drugs affected me. Nikaanza kuwa kama niko mwenda wazimu, nakimbia. Nakimbia hata bila kukimbizwa na mtu. So I saw my life in danger and I took myself to the police. I didn't have any choice. I saw home the best place to be because now I'm hallucinating. I'm hungry. I cannot focus on what I was good in doing. No one can understand me. So where else could I go? I went to the police station. And I told the officers, see, me, I came to your country without documents. Please take me home. So because most of the officers, we used to drink together. Wanacheka, wananiambia, no, we have to take you to a children's home. Maybe orphanage. Just go and assist someone there. You cannot be speaking the truth. Unatudanganya. And I insisted. I came without documents. Please, take me back home. The commander was called. And he knew me. Not in that way. Because me, I used to lie to them that I'm in the University of Namibia. I'm studying law. So I'm studying law. So when he came there and found me, he got shocked. Maria, because they used to call me Maria. Maria, what are you doing here? I told him, me, I want to be taken back home. I'm tired of staying here. I came without documents. Sir, please forgive me. I'm not in any university. I sneaked in your country. Now I'm tired. Take me back. So they detained me somewhere for the whole night. Because many police were sent to find out if really I'm sober in the head. Nobody believed I could come into Namibia without a passport. No. So finally, the commander said, okay, take her to one orphanage just within Wavish Bay. Because I don't want to go to the orphanage. My plan is I'm done. I want to go back home. And these people are pushing me to an orphanage. I'm not homeless. I want to go home. In the car, I lied to them that I want to use the washroom. So I ran away. So they started running after me, the police. Finally, they caught hold of me, wakani handcuff, wakanieka to the orphanage. At the orphanage, I created a scene because I only wanted to go home. So the night was not, hata usiku haikuisha. Juu vurugu nileta kwa hiyo orphanage zikuwa mingi. Even the one in charge said, no, take this one to prison. She does not belong here. Yeah. That's how I started my life in prison, there in Namibia.